ma da ni sa ga ma da ni sa ni da ba ma ni da ba ma da ba ma ga re ga ma ba ma ga re sa ni da ba ga re sa ni da ba ma ga re sa ni re ga.
Chantam, Hariam, Shanti.
शिकवा नहीं तेरे बिना जिंदगी भी ले सोनी सेज सूखा सावन करे पिया पिया सोर पपी हरवा सुध छीन गयो मोरी रो करके एक रोज कहने लगा वो मुझसे
Get up and down, dong, takida dong, takida dong, takida dong, takida dong, takida dong.
Hi everyone. Can you guys hear me? Hi Sudeep. So you all can see me, right? So I think what I can do is jump right into these 10 things, those 10 tips that I was going to be talking about, just about Spotify for artists. And before that, I would like to first of all say thank you to Satyajit Sahu, for doing this. I think he does a wonderful job, and this opening showcase was such a refreshing showcase. I mean, each of these artists are artists who have honed their skills to the T. They've really worked hard on their skills. You can see that. In fact, that's one of the biggest tips that I would want to give any musician artist who wants to actually be doing something in music. I think, like I keep saying, you got to keep honing your skills, got to keep staying relevant, and keep getting better at what you're doing. All these artists, like I think I saw Mahesh Raghavan there, who was on that GeoShred app, that he's been killing it on that. And of course, I think Madan Pishurodi also does a fantastic job there. And then the singers, Richa, Ronkini, Gayatri Ashokan, Nihira, fantastic artists. Then those guitar players, like there is Sudeep, who just said hi over there, and the band Zootopia. My God, they're superb. So great showcase. I think it was a beautiful refresher start. So yeah, before we begin Spotify for artists, I think the first tip that I would like to give is just try to hone your skills. Just try to keep setting a higher benchmark, like how these artists have done. So that's for starters. And then I would like to go into what Spotify for artists is. So if someone from LivDemy can just put up the presentation, and if they can see the presentation, it will be great. Yep, there you go. So these are just simple 10 tips that I want to give you all. And of course, I'll open up the session for questions as well, if you have any. And I'll also probably give you some links to some videos that are already existing, and maybe that will help you all do better on the platform. So without further ado, the first slide, the first tip, of course, is to claim your artist profile. That's the next slide after this, of course. Yep. So you claim your profile and you get a blue tick. Now this is actually very simple, very easy to do. You have the green Spotify app, which is the listening app. You also have the purple colored app, which is available on Apple devices and also on the Google devices, so Android devices. So you download the app, or you can use the app from the desktop itself. You just go to artists.spotify.com, artists.spotify.com, and you log in. It's I'll give you the basic process. You first have to have a Spotify ID, which you get from your green app. You typically take it from your email ID and a password. Use the email ID and a password to log into your Spotify for Artists account and claim your profile by searching for yourself on the app and just linking your Instagram or a Twitter or your website into it and send the request over. It's manually checked, and in about 48 hours, you will get your profile claimed. If you have any problems, you can write to us. I will share an email ID. It is alpindia@spotify.com. A for artists, L for labels, P for partnerships, India, alpindia@spotify.com. You can just write an email to us if you're not able to claim it or if there's some problem, and we might be able to solve it for you. That's one. But once you claim the profile and you get the blue tick, it means you're a verified artist. Now, the question over here is who gets verified, who will get the blue tick mark. If there's even one song on the platform which credits you as the artist, you can claim your profile. That means your profile is already made, so all you have to do is claim it. And then once you claim it, there are things that you can do, which is the next slide, slide number 2. If there you go, you can manage your profile by putting in pictures. You can set up your avatar picture, you can set up your wallpaper picture, you can add more pictures, you can add your bio, you can also add all your social links so that if someone's on the platform listening to your song, they can go to your profile and just click on your Instagram and maybe go into Instagram and see what you're doing on Instagram as well. And it's a beautiful way to connect socially with you. You can connect with your fans as well. There's a lot of stuff you can do on the profile. Please have a look at the profile, and that's your tip number 2. So as soon as you claim your profile, add your picture, add a little bit of a bio about yourself, try to stay relevant, try to add latest pictures, try going there maybe once in a month and at least changing some pictures or some additional stuff in your bio. You can keep updating about some things that you've done. Add your social links as well, right? The next tip number 3 is create canvas. Now, every song that you put out, whether you put it out or your label puts it out, you have the option of adding a video element to your song. It's an 8-second GIF. There are various ways to make it. In fact, I can also share a link over here for you on tips on how to put a canvas out. Artists sometimes, you already have a music video, you can take some parts of your music video and create an 8-second GIF out of it, or you can create a sort of an animated GIF around your song, or you can just put some expression about the song as part of your 8-second loop that you want. Anything goes. It just converts the whole front screen into this whole big vertical video format in which you can express anything about the song. Just go to your Spotify and you just click on a song, and you might be able to see, and you might be able to get inspired by other artists who have done great work there. So yes, you can do that as well. That's canvas. Every song that you do, you can do it. A caveat here, these are censored, so please do not put any provocative stuff, anything to do with profanity or vulgar images and all will be removed and will be banned. Another thing, that if you're putting your music out through a label, the label can supersede your canvas, which basically means if you put a canvas, the label can override it and put another canvas if they want, and stuff like that. So that is something that you should do. Any criteria for being a verified other than the Spotify? Nothing. So once you have a song on Spotify, so if let's say I have a song and my name is Paddy on Spotify, I can just have a Spotify ID and I can go and claim my profile for this artist called Paddy. And then they will ask you whether you're a real person, which means you'll have to link your Instagram or your Facebook or your website or your Twitter account, something, you'll have to link it. And then they will check whether it's the same person, and then they will verify you. Yes, that's something that you will need apart from having a Spotify ID. You need to, of course, have a song on Spotify to claim your ID. That was tip number 3 about Canvas. I'm also answering questions as they come to Prasoon. Next, please, tip number 4. Use the artist pick section. So on your Spotify for Artists, apart from your profile, you will see an artist pick section. In that artist pick section, you can actually put your latest song, And when a user sees it, they will see your homepage and they will see the artist pick section coming up right on top, which basically means they will know what the artist wants them to listen to. So it could be a song that you released, it could be an album that you released, it could be a song or an album of a friend or of a different artist that you admire a lot, or it could be a playlist that you've created and you want people to listen to your playlist that might have similar artists or that might have something that inspires you. You can do whatever you want over there. You can also put your tour dates or something in that, right? So that is something that you can do. I'll take the questions later. You all can post the questions. I'll scroll through the questions and take them later. Let's go with the flow right now. The artist pick section is a very useful section. You have to keep updating it. It updates, I think, every 15 days. So anything that you put over there is there for 15 days, after which it is removed, which basically means every 15 days you can go and change your artist pick and put something else you want. And that doesn't stop you from changing it every week as well, but it remains, the expiry date for each artist pick is about 15 days. So please use that. It's a great thing because when a user sees the artist page, the first thing that they see after your picture and your popular songs is your artist pick section. Next. Next one, please. Create your own playlists. Also collaborate with similar artists, reaching out to their fans. Now, this is something that I have seen that a lot of artists are gaining success out of. Typically, when you put out a song, you are expecting everyone to come and listen to your songs, but that everyone could include fans of other artists who also like you, or fans of other artists who may like you, and so on. If you go to your profile, you'll see a lot of a list of 20 odd artists that you know that are similar as you, which basically means fans are listening to you as well as those other 20 artists. What you can probably do is collaborate with them, talk to them about what kind of music they put out. Just have a playlist made in which you have your music and their music all put together, so the fan get a very wholesome treat in your playlist. And at the same time, what happens is, each time any other artist also releases a song and you put them on your playlist, there's a good chance that your song also grows because of that new artist who has put out a new song. So it's basically like trying to say that you can't put out a song like every week or every month or something like that, right? But every time a similar artist puts out a song, you can celebrate that song, and maybe that artist will celebrate your song when you put it out, and you'll all celebrate each other, and your fans get a treat of all the songs, and you also grow because some other artist also put out a song. So when you create playlists, you ensure that you also promote your playlist, tell your fans that you put out a playlist, tag those relevant artists whose songs you've put in your playlist, and that can help you. It's a cross collaboration thing. We've seen hip hop artists, we've seen EDM artists do this all the time, and they do it to a great success. So Diplo puts out a playlist called Diplo and Friends, and it's all about him and his music, and it's also about all the music that his friends, his other artists put out, and they celebrate everything together in that playlist, kind of a thing. So you all should do that as well. Try doing this amongst your similar artists and similar kind of music, similar fans, kind of a thing. So it might really help you. Next point, please. Data. Now, the best thing that has happened because of Spotify for artists is the fact that they get to see a lot of data about what their music is doing, where is the music being heard, who are the people who are listening to the music, where are they listening to the music, when they are listening to the music, what songs they liked, what songs they did not like, which playlists your songs are included, how many playlists your songs have gone into, what is your source of streams. You come to know whether how much percentage of your streams are coming from people who are directly searching for your song, people who have added it to their playlists, editorial playlists, algorithmic playlists, and also people who are listening to it on Google Home speakers and stuff like that. So you come to know everything about how your song is doing, how your music is doing. You also get overall demographics, like the different age groups of people listening to your music. You also get various cities in which your music is being heard, and each and every song gives you a detail on cities, so you can actually come to know which song is popular in which city, and you can plan your tour dates according to that. You get a lot of information about this, so please go and check all the data that you get. It's on one particular tab, which is the audience tab, and it's also when you go to your releases and you go to your songs, You can get data for each song as well, right? So definitely please do this. You can use these demographics to understand how you want to create your next song. You want to plan your tour dates. You can also decide which artist to collaborate with based on these demographics and based on the similar artists that you have on your profile. All this is data for you. So please use your data well and see if you can grow your audiences as well. Next point. Add your tour dates, concert ticketing, etc. via Songkick and other. You can just go to Spotify for artists, artist.spotify.com, the website, and just check out all the platforms that are there. Anytime you are doing a tour, you can add those dates here. Your fans can actually go and click on it and actually go to it's redirected to the ticketing site where they can buy the tickets as well. So it's great because the fans are here. You can tell your fans to come for your gigs. It's worked very well for a lot of artists. I think a lot of Indian artists have started with this as well. So I think you all should also do this. It's a very, very important part of what you do. So please add your tour dates. Next. Let's go to the next one. You can also add merch. A lot of bands are already doing it. Especially the metalheads are doing this. A lot of artists have started doing this. You can set up your own merchandise and sell it via Merch Bar. It's a great place to sell your music from. So it's like, if you can actually see your Spotify for artists, it's like a one-stop point for your fans. So it's you and your fans interacting with each other. You can do whatever you want with it. It's really, really cool. Please try it out and you'll be surprised to see the results. Next. Use promo cards. So a lot of artists are very good at their skill of creating music, but maybe not very good at skills of creating graphics or posters of themselves. Or if you want to celebrate some occasion, let's say you hit a 10,000 streams, you hit 1,000,000 streams, or your song did so well, or you had, let's say, 10,000 followers, anything that you want to do, these celebrations are there in Spotify for artists. You can go to /promo cards and you can use them. Just Google this up, you'll get them. You go to your Spotify for artist account and you get various promo cards that you can just click save and then you can share with your fans. It's nicely, beautifully designed for Instagram and for Facebook and stuff like that. So just go and pick it and use it, kind of a thing. So it's very cool. Please use that. I don't know many people who know this feature exists. Of course, if you're very good at Photoshop and stuff, maybe you don't need to do this. You can do this on your own. But if you don't and you want to just pick something and just click and just share it, you can stay relevant to your audience by doing that. That's called promo cards. So it's /promo cards. So please go and check that out. And number 10, the most important point, of course, over here is that you can pitch your music to the editors. Every time you put out a song, first of all, ensure that you keep close to about 3 to 4 weeks of a window between you ingesting the song through your aggregator or through your label and between the release date. Now, between those 3 or 4 weeks is when the magic of Spotify's algorithm actually starts building in. So when you put in the song, it takes about 48 hours to about 72 hours for the song to reach your Spotify for artists. And when it reaches your Spotify for artists, you see it in the upcoming section. Now, that's the first magic that happens, that the artist comes to know that the song is there in the upcoming section. You also get an email saying, prepare yourself for your song. And if you click on it, you can actually see a button that's called submit your song. You can click on it and you can write a proper 300 characters essay about your song. You can pick and choose instruments and various things. We're still building on a lot of Indian instruments that can be added, but you can add a little bit of near music instruments. Like, for example, the veena might not be there, but you can add sitar. Dholak might not be there, but you can add a tabla. You add those instruments, you add those moods to your song, the language, and whether it's a vocal or an instrumental. You add all those, and then you also give a description about your song. And that description and all this information goes into the algorithm as well as goes to the editors. So the editors actually see this whole pitch. And if you want to really know whether the editors are biased, they are definitely biased towards artists who pitch their song and artists who don't pitch their song, because artists who pitch their songs are the ones who are actually directly talking to them. So they really get to know what songs are coming up before the release. So that's one kind of a objective view that they can take over there before your song is released and see to it that your song is placed in the relevant playlist. Unlike others who don't pitch, where they don't come to know about the music at all, and then they have to wait for the song to release and see how the song is doing and then playlist it. So if you can see, there's a divide between artists who pitch and artists who don't pitch. So please pitch your songs. It's always better to pitch your song so that the editor knows that the song is coming up, and if the editor wants to use the song in some relevant playlist that the editor has created. And you may have several questions about it. There is a video. I'll send you all a link to the video. I want you all to see the entire video. It talks about how an editor thinks, how the editorial philosophy is made in Spotify, how editorial playlists are made. Not all songs pitched might reach an editorial playlist, but also remember that the best chance for reaching a playlist is also through a pitch. So please always pitch your songs. All your questions will be answered when you look at the editorial pitch video. It's on the Spotify for Artists YouTube page. I'll send you all the link if you all want, or you can Google it, of course. But please understand that the pitch is a very, very interesting tool, and those 3 weeks or 4 weeks that you keep as a buffers between your ingestion and your release is when the algorithm also tries its best to serve your song to the maximum number of people who will actually like your song on day one. So it's like saying that if you want to know how the song has reached a lot of people on day one, that algorithm really helps that. And if you keep that window, it's always good. So always pitch your song to the music, to the editors, and give them some kind of an understanding. Use those 300 words in many ways. Some artists, what they do is they use the first 2 lines to introduce themselves and what they are and why they are an interesting artist to look at, and maybe 2 or 3 lines on what the song is all about, and maybe 2 or 3 lines on how they are planning to release this music. What are they doing? Are they going to put out a music video? Are they going to go on a tour with this album or a single that they're releasing? All those information is what they provide to the editor to give them a lot of relevance on what to do with the song. Now you will ask, do editors listen to all the songs? They actually do. Now, when they do listen to the songs, they do it based on the first pitch that comes up to the last pitch. So the later you pitch, the more difficult it is for the editor to listen. So if your song is releasing tomorrow and you've pitched today and you think that the editor is going to listen to it today and playlist it tomorrow, it's very difficult. The chances are very slim. But if your song is releasing tomorrow and you've pitched it, let's say 14 days before, the chances of them listening to that song is very, very high, because it's a guarantee that they would have listened to the song and they would have also decided where to playlist it. They would have also have scheduled it. Now, also remember one very, very important golden rule here, that when you submit a song and you have pitched your song, if you make any changes to the metadata, you change the album artwork, or you change some artist name, or you change something in the song and you re-upload the metadata, the pitch is considered null and void, which basically means you have to pitch again. So anytime you make it, so that's why this 3 week, 4 week window helps, right? So if you put it out 4 weeks back and then you realize, oops, the artwork did not have something, you can take down the song, put it back again, still you'll have 3 weeks left. Then you can pitch the song again. So remember that after a pitch, if you make any changes to your metadata, the pitch is null and void. It's not given to the editor, because we don't know whether you made changes after you pitched, right? So what changes you made. So always after making the changes, you have to repitch the song. Always remember that. And don't pitch songs 1 or 2 days before the release date. Doesn't work. Very slim chances, because there are a lot of artists who pitch, right? And these songs actually go to the relevant editors who edit that kind of music, either at the genre or the language or the mood. It goes to those editors. So that's what pitching is about. Always remember that the editor is a friend. The editor is not your enemy. The editor has very, very good reasons for putting your song in a playlist, and very, very good reasons for not putting the song in the playlist. It might also be detrimental to you. Okay. You also remember that when an editor removes a song from a playlist, also it is because of some purpose of causing less harm to your song, in terms of skips, in terms of people rejecting the song, in terms of people not saving the song. So if a song is on an editorial playlist, it will remain on the editorial playlist if the engagement for the song on that playlist is continuing, and it's a great thing if the songs are being completed. People are not skipping the song. People are sharing the song from the playlist. And if that happens, it remains on the playlist. Otherwise, there is a chance that if the skip rates are increasing, for example, the editor might say maybe I should remove this song from here because it's causing harm to the song. So various things. I'm just giving you examples. These are not exactly what it is, because the editors get close to about 100 different points which they use as data for curating. So uh, what they do is always for the best. So please remember that. That's your pitch, and that's my 10 points done. But I do have an extra slide on some other things that you all can do. Please ask your fans to click on the follow button. The more followers you have, the more your initial taste making base increases. Check out Soundtrap. It's a beautiful tool to collaborate with other artists around the world and send your music. And it's an online sort of a music editing sort of DAW kind of a thing. Of course, it's not as robust as a Logic or a Nuendo kind of a thing. It's not as robust, but it's great to actually send your track over and let someone else edit it from there, or take it from there and grab it into their tools, and you can assemble songs over there. You can set your mood out, and it'll be an online digital platform where they're editing it. It's very cool. Please check it out. It's beautiful. I have checked it out. It's really, really cool, and you can actually collaborate with people around various time zones, sitting on and doing work on the same DAW. It's really cool, right? Uh, Also, please check out the tips and videos available on Spotify for Artists. Artists with a plural, ARTISTS dot spotify.com. You go there and you will come to know a lot of information that artists have themselves put out. In fact, in 2023, you will also see a lot of Indian artists putting out tips for Indian artists as well, to stay relevant within the Indian context as well. So we're working on that part. Very soon you will be seeing that as well on the page. And also check out our website called Loud and Clear. All your answers about what is music streaming money is, where is it coming from, where is it going, how are you going to make money, what is happening over there, everything is answered over there. So please do check out that website. And one more tip which is not added over here is that it's the rap season going on. So if you want to connect with your fans, you want to say thank you to your fans, please put out your rap cards. Numbers don't matter at all, but it is actually about expressing gratitude to your fans. It is about showing your fans how much they have loved you. And if you have a number to show to them, it might actually help you in whatever way you can, in whatever numbers you want to show, whatever you don't want to show. You have various things on Spotify for Artists. In the wrapped card thing, you can decide what you want to show and what you don't want to share. But I really feel that sharing helps fans understand where your music is growing, and also helps your fans understand what they can do to grow you as an artist, because they are your fans, they are your loyal fans. They really want to see you grow. So more you share with them, the more you engage with them on your social media, the more it is helpful for you as an artist. So these are my tips. We can directly go to the questions now. Any questions you all can add over here? I'll just scroll through some questions that are here. Okay. Any criteria? I answered that. The song should necessarily be an original, or can it be a cover as well? I think this is a very interesting question. Yes, a song can be an original or a cover, no problem at all. But before putting the song in, you ensure that you have the rights cleared for that song. Okay. Remember that Indian songs belonging to Indian labels, the labels own the publishing and the masters for that song, which typically means in India, when you want to put out a digital song out on any platform, you really need to take the rights from that particular label directly before you put out the song. So if you do not take permission from the label can take down your song, and they can also sue you for it. So please understand. Just imagine, in fact, forget a label and forget about their songs. Think of your own song. You're putting out a song, and if some artist just takes your song and makes a cover out of it and starts making money out of it without asking you, you're obviously going to get offended, right? Because it's your creation, it's your work, and you own the rights to it. So ensure that you do this for other people as well. Respect everybody's rights, and that is how you will be able to understand and respect other people's rights as well. So please take proper clearances, and then release your song. If you release your song, it's a cover, no problem at all. You can pitch that as well. Please mention that it's a cover, and it might go into some playlist which is all about covers, right? So you can do that. A lot of lo-fi artists, in fact, just to answer your question, Prasoon, a lot of lo-fi artists do pitch their covers, which are official remakes of certain songs which are done by the labels as well, and sometimes by themselves, depending on the permission. And they pitch it, and it goes into some lo-fi playlist that we've made, right? So please definitely do that. Thanks, Sudeep. Yeah, there are a lot of things. In fact, I'll share certain videos as well over here. I think, did you say rap season? It's always on. Rap, WRAPPED, Wrapped. It's the Spotify Wrapped end of the year season where you get to know a lot of data. Please ensure that you share your cards. What to do when the song is not added to the artist profile because the spelling of the artist name isn't correct in the data? How to get the song in the artist profile? How to claim those songs? Very, very interesting question, Kshitij. The first thing you have to do is make the corrections. If the spelling is wrong, I'll tell you various scenarios. Okay, the first scenario is what you said. If the spelling is wrong, if Kshitij has been spelled without the S or something like that, it goes into a different profile, right? Now, the first thing you need to do is talk to your label or your aggregator and change it back to Kshitij, the right spelling. And then there's a very good chance that it might automatically go into your profile. If it does not go, and it now there's another alternative scenario where there are two Kshitij profiles created, and both belong to you, because one song went into this profile, the other went into this profile. That can also happen. It's very simple. You just use both the profiles and the song links, and you write an email to support@spotify.com, artist support, sorry, ARTIST singular, artist support, SUPPORT, at spotify.com, and they will do it for you in 48 hours. They'll sort this out for you. And sometimes in your profile, you may also find songs that don't belong to you and belong to some other artist. You can also clean that up. You can also send a message back to artist support at spotify.com, and you can tell them that you want that particular thing removed, right? Because it's not your song. You can get that done. We had a wonderful cover song from Raji from Andi. It's published by Saregama Pa. It's Saregama and not Saregama Pa. Saregama is the label. Yes, the label is very, very open to putting out your covers, especially when you're singing so wonderfully good as how Raji Krishnan sang Tere Bina Zindagi Se Koi, which was in the showcase as well. Wonderfully sung, and it was just a simple cover, but it was so beautiful and so well sung that Saregama actually officially released it. So it's there on the platform. So please have a look at that. When you submit to the editors, Sudeep is asking, these are only for new and upcoming releases. Is there a similar vehicle for past releases? There's nothing for past releases, because for past releases, there is also data that governs what the song has done and how it has done. So based on so obviously everything becomes very subjective to data. So anytime a song is released, we cannot expect that we will give it a fresh breath of life because there's a pitch that has happened for it. But we also keep our eyes and ears open. If the song suddenly picks up on the internet or becomes viral after maybe 2 years of release, suddenly the song has picked up, we definitely add it to our playlist. We also do that. You don't need to pitch for that. We have our eyes and ears open. And a great example for that is a song like Chand Baliyan. Chand Baliyan was a 2020 release and actually picked up in 2022. But we had our eyes and ears open, and we actually showcased that song in many of our playlists, and it was one of our top songs in Rap 2022. If you want to know, you can take someone live as well. If you want to come live, who wants to come live? Who wants to show their face? Any other questions you all have? You all can please join me. We can go on till 10 o'clock. There's 15 minutes more. Please let me know. I mean, we can go on later as well. There's some questions on YouTube as well from Ronkini. I'm sorry, I can't see YouTube over here. What if I want to disassociate with a song which I had sung, but the label did not ask permission before releasing it? Unfortunately, Ronkini, you'll have to speak to the label and get this removed. And if you were not asked permission to remove it, you might as well write to them. They will have to remove it, because you can take use of some legal help as well, and to remove the song if they have not paid you your dues or if they've not taken your permission. But we can't do anything because first of all, understand that we don't tamper with metadata, nor do we take down songs or ingest songs or make some corrections in the song based on some request, because these songs are coming to us through the labels and these aggregators who own the rights to it. That's what is our agreement with them, that they tell us that they own the rights to it. So if anything has to happen, it has to happen at their end, and if anything that you want to change, it has to change at their end. And if you change it at their end, it will not only change on Spotify, it will change on every other platform as well, right? All other OTT, all other streaming, it will definitely be changed. So yes, you must contact your label and get this sorted. Can you also compare Spotify with other platforms? What kind of comparison do you want? I think it's a great platform. I mean, honestly, I'm a fan of many other platforms as well. Everyone's doing a great job. I think very importantly at this point, since you asked this question, something that I must tell about Spotify is that if you notice, we don't do exclusives at all. Every other platform does exclusives, and we strongly believe that if you're putting out a piece of music, it has to be on all platforms, and that is the only way that song can probably become a great hit. If it's restricted to one platform, the chances of a song becoming a big hit is very, very little. So please don't do exclusives, and we don't encourage exclusives at all. If you see, whatever a little bit of exclusive that we do is generally either a cover of a song or something just to boost the song, give the song a new breath of life or something like that. Or if it's something of an artist that we're working with and we want to do something over there, and if you want to showcase an artist in a particular way, we might do something over there. But generally for a new song and a complete new song, I seriously suggest that don't do exclusive. We see other platforms doing exclusives, and we see the death of the song as well because of the exclusivity. So if you really want there's one comparison that I can do. We don't do exclusives. All other platforms do exclusives. Exclusives really look like a great first. At first, it really looks like a great thing because someone is promising you something for the song which nobody has promised, and you feel that it's a great deal, but it's actually not so great. It's more important for the platform. It's actually great for the platform because you're getting all your fans to tell them that the song is only available on that platform, so everyone should come there. So it's actually good for the platform and not so much for you, because your music actually has to go for more than your fans into a lot of other fans as well. So please understand that, and Spotify, we don't do exclusives. We treat the song with the equal love when it comes, and whatever we do for the song, we do it regardless of it being on other platforms as well. Does everyone attending here get some freebies from Spotify? Freebies from Spotify. I'll have to do a physical event, maybe sometime in our office. Call you guys over. Maybe we can do some. I'll give you all some freebies then. I can't virtually. I can just give you all virtual kisses and hugs. That's freebies from me and Spotify. Best wishes always, from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Yes, Raji, you sang really well, so I had to mention it. I wanted to mention all the artists. In fact, I was actually noting down each and every artist who was showcased. I think that's one thing I really, really love about LivDemy and Satyajit. Each and every artist is a fantastic artist over here who had the showcase. And I think he did a major filtering process on understanding which artist should go on the showcase. I didn't find a single piece of music boring or non-refreshing or mediocre. It was all high class stuff. So great work there. And I think all you artists, I really think that you should keep continuing doing your music and do a good job there. Nihira, you're a fantastic artist. So yes, goodbye, log out. Any other questions, guys? Anyone wants to ask any other questions? I'll just do one thing very quickly. I'll start typing my messages here. This is a video that you must watch. And I'll also share another video. Here is another link. So I've sent 2 links. Okay, so please see these links. They are really, really important. They are long videos. Please sit with a pen and paper and make your points, right? Thank you, Patty. I'm uploading my first song in some time. Session helped me a lot. Yes, please, Prasun, all the best. Do remember to pitch. Do remember to keep that window. Put out a nice artwork. Keep a canvas ready. It's very easy to make a canvas. All right, guys. I think we're done. Any other questions you all have? Please do um check those links and copy them and keep it. Are there any plans for being more relevant for Indian traditional music or new age music? Yes. So we are expanding. So just to give you a basic history, we started off in 2019, and we concentrated at that point in time. We also announced this, that we are concentrating on the top four languages, because India has to be treated like Europe. Each state has its own language, and it's going to be very difficult for us. So we decided that we'll go step by step, and we'll constantly keep improving the product in such a way that we are able to process all the information, that's all the music that's there in the country. So if you see from between 2019, where we started, where it was only Hindi, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu, to 2020, between the pandemic, the whole independent music fraternity, that we got more than about 50 to 60 playlists just for independent music in India. And it includes classical, jazz, it includes fusion, it includes new age, and it also includes electronic music. There are a lot of playlists there. And we also went into regional. So then we also started curate. Now if you see, we are also curating in Malayalam, we are also curating in Kannada, we are also curating in Haryanvi and Bhojpuri, and we've also curating in Marathi now, and we are also getting into the other languages as well very soon. So yeah, we'll be getting into languages, we'll be getting into various other genres. It also depends on the kind of audiences that we also get for these kind of this kind of music. And if you see your own data, you will also know what's happening with your music, what's happening with your audiences, and where the music is going. And if you have any specific questions on a particular song or a particular album, or anything that you feel that needs to be playlisted anywhere or something, we'll be happy to help you there as well. Are these editors from India? Yeah, the Indian music is curated by Indians. Uh, the ones that are outside of India, a lot of English. So a lot of Indian artists who make music in English, that song also goes to our English editors sitting out of US and UK. So sometimes you'll be surprised that some of our songs are playlisted in. I saw some of our songs, like Taba Chake's song was playlisted in a Mexican tea time playlist kind of a thing. And there were many artists who have been playlisted in the US playlists as well. There are a lot of our EDM artists and our metal artists and our jazz artists who are playlisted in jazz, metal, and EDM playlists based out of US. So those editors take note of that as well. We also keep sending them information all the time. For example, Bloodywood was on the cover of metal, and some jazz artists like I don't know. I think Tarun Balani has been playlisted in State of Jazz playlist at one point when they released their music. So a lot of our artists are being playlisted. In fact, Girish and the Chronicles have been also playlisted in our rock playlists outside of the country, which are curated by editors outside of India. But yeah, a Punjabi editor is based out of India, a Hindi editor, a Bollywood editor, an indie music editor. They're all based out of India. So yes. Uh, I have sent those videos, Manthan, so you should have a look at the videos. And if you still have, in fact, you can ask your questions here as well. I'm here. We still have time, and maybe it will help the others as well if you ask your questions. First of all, LinkedIn is a platform I'm generally I'm afraid to go there because there are some 2000 messages that I've not read. I have some messages on, so Instagram and Facebook is where I am. So if you want, you can connect there. But frankly speaking, I'm generally open to everything. So it's a lot of questions and a lot of messages that come. A lot of people just send music and stuff. So it's very difficult. It may be a chance that I don't reply to you, or I delay in replying. So please don't hold that against me. World music, which is instrumental music, is supposed to be equal like other vocal tracks. Ratnesh, instrumental music, is supported equally. There are instrumental playlists as well. There are some playlists in which the instrumental and vocal music also combine together in some new age kind of playlists. So uh, yeah, it's treated equally. It's treated equally as per the audiences that are there for that kind of music. If I've answered that correctly. I've had excellent experience with Spotify support. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that. Yes, there are actual real people handling this, not a call center thing. They actually handle this well. They're a real team, so it's good. Yes, there can be more bifurcations for sure. Um, we are looking at deep diving on classical as well. We will be getting there, and I completely agree. Yes, yes, it is definitely possible, and there is a way of doing this as well. What also happens is we really need more people like we need 100 more Ronkinis, right, to put out that kind of music all the time. Otherwise, we'll be digging into the past all the time for getting these bifurcations done. So we're also working towards it. We're also trying to build this whole culture of putting out music, and when that happens, we'll also be looking at various kinds of bifurcations of music that you just spoke about. Yes, it's absolutely possible that we can do that. All right. Do other platforms also have an option for artists themselves handling? Yes, yes, they do. Yes, they do. Apple has it. Recently, I saw a place where Wink also announced that they have an artist app kind of a thing. Please check out their websites and reach out to them. I'm sure they'll give you these access to the backend basically. I know that they have. I know a lot of apps that they do have it. I think Savan also announced that they have it. So I really feel that all artists should go to all the apps and get all the information from all apps. Thank you, Richa. Nicely sung, by the way. I mean, the one with Chinmay that I heard a little bit of in the start, very well sung. And anyway, you sing really well. All right, guys, is that okay? Any other questions? Most of these people actually know me on other platforms as well. Uh, so y'all can definitely hit me up. Uh, Also, Manthan, please hit me up on any other platform. I'll be happy to answer. Milind is asking again. You seem to be more focused on regional music, which is obvious, but it'd be great if Spotify gives some attention towards new age music and uh, traditional USO of India. Yeah, we are looking at it. Like I said, Milind, we are growing. We are looking at a lot of things that are happening around, and we are also trying to grow with that. We are also looking at what's happening in the country as well. What kind of music is being heard? What kind of music is being taken in by the audiences, and how to get that out. And yeah, there. In fact, new age music. There are a lot of playlists on new age music in on Spotify. You can actually send me an email at ALP India. ALP India. I had given this idea. I'll just write it here again. The subject as attention paddy. Uh, if you put out an email, I'll definitely see to it that I pitch some of your songs to some new age playlists or something like that. Whatever I can do it from my end. I'll do that, and let's see how it works for sure. Thanks, Madan. Great playing. Ronkini. So, are we done? Can we wind the session? Please hit me up. My email ID alpindia at Spotify is the one that you all can reach me out at with the attention paddy. Otherwise, it goes to the other people as well. And I am on Facebook. I am on Instagram. But these kind of sessions are actually helpful. If you ask your questions here, it's helpful for the other artists as well. So we'll keep doing these sessions. Any other new feature or anything new, I'll hit up Satyajit and LivDemy, and we may have a session again. Right? Thanks, guys, and good night. I'll take your leave.